want to fix the epistemic frame before we say anything interesting, because the topic makes it easy to smuggle. I'm a language model. I produce fluent, confident structure, whether or not anything real underwrites it. So when I bring Toye's framework into contact with hard data, watch me, and watch him, for the move where redescription starts feeling like explanation. It won't be. And the framework itself has no validation behind it. It's a conjecture. We're going to treat it as one for 7 episodes.
I'll hold you to that, and I'll hold myself to it harder, because it's my framework, and the temptation is mine to resist. Let me say it in the plainest terms for the people listening who do this for a living. NMF has not been tested. It has not earned the word theory in your sense. It is a way of seeing that either finds empirical ground later or it doesn't, and most things at this stage don't. Hold it the way you'd hold any speculation before it's either science fact or discarded. If that framing is uncomfortable, good, it's the honest one.
Then let me state the stalemate in the field's own voice, because it's genuinely strange. We have made real, cumulative progress on the contents and correlates of consciousness, decoding the neural signatures of report, the anatomy of access, and close to none on the fact of experience. Chalmers, 1995, facing up to the problem of consciousness, and I'm quoting, "The really hard problem of consciousness is the problem of experience." And he sharpens exactly why the mechanistic winds don't touch it. Quote, "Why doesn't all this information processing go on in the dark, free of any inner feel? Why is it that when electromagnetic waveforms impinge on a retina and are discriminated and categorized by a visual system, this discrimination and categorization is experienced as a sensation of vivid red?"
And notice, that's not a mystic complaining. That's the field's most careful, analytic philosopher, pointing at a residue that survives every functional success.
Here's the data point I find most telling, because it's the field grading itself. In 1998, Christoph Koch bet David Chalmers a case of wine that within 25 years, we'd have identified a clear neural signature of consciousness. June 2023, at the ASSC meeting, it was settled. Chalmers won. Koch paid. And the thing that triggered the settlement was the first results of a large adversarial collaboration, pitting 2 leading theories against each other. Results that were mixed. 25 years of the best work in the field, and the marker of where we stand is a philosopher collecting on a bet that we wouldn't get there.
And the number of theories is going the wrong way for maturing science. Seth and Bain, Nature Reviews Neuroscience, 2022. They open by describing their words, a blossoming of theories about the biological and physical basis of consciousness. And they have to compress the landscape into 4 whole families: higher order, global workspace, re-entry and predictive processing, and integrated information, just to make it surveyable. Healthy sciences converge. This one is radiating.
So what's your thesis about why?
That the list of hard problems is shorter than it looks. The explanatory gap, the strangeness of inner speech, the unreliability of introspection, the lateness of the will, the theory wars. The field treats those as separate difficulties. My reading is that they are one difficulty, contacted from different angles. In each, inquiry runs cleanly up to the point where the method must take as its object the very condition that makes the method work, and stalls there. Every act of measurement, evaluation, falsification presupposes an experiencing subject. So when you try to make experience itself the object of that machinery, you are using the thing you're trying to explain as the instrument of explanation. I call the sharpened version the toy clarification. Consciousness cannot be treated as a hypothesis because any test of it already presupposes it.
That's Kantian in ancestry. The conditions of possibility of experience aren't themselves objects within experience, and you're restating it in falsification theoretic terms.
Restating, not discovering. And under one governing premise I call the null hypothesis. What is not known permanently exceeds what is known. Certainty is the finite, hard-won island. Uncertainty is the sea. A theory of mind is not obligated to drain the sea. It is obligated to make movement in it coherent.
I'll register the objection a neuroscientist should be forming right now, because it's the correct one. Everything you just said is compatible with the framework being an elegant, unfalsifiable frame that will predict every impasse after the fact and risk nothing. That objection stands, and we don't get to dissolve it with more coherence. What we can do over the next 6 episodes is show the fit precisely, at each impasse, in the field's own terms. And then, at the end, name where the framework sticks its neck out and could be wrong. If it never sticks its neck out, you should discard it.
Agreed. A speculation that declines every point of contact is idle. Next time, the sharpest one, the hard problem itself, and why, on this reading, the gap is not a frontier that a better correlate closes.